Hey there, this is Elena with Black Sheep 303 Creative, and my project today is a super quick and easy, beautiful Christmas card that you could very easily assembly line to make hundreds if you needed to. So basically this is using Gina K Designs products, both her cardstock that you see there, which is edible eggplant, and stamps. This is the fabulous holiday label stamp set, as well as some of her collaboration with Therm to create foiled products. So that's where we're going to have a lot of fun. But first I'm going to stamp this cute sort of scenery sentiment from the label stamp set in Versamark onto the eggplant cardstock, and I'm going to heat emboss it in white. And I'm going to be heat embossing in 2 different colors for a little bit of a festive feel. So there I'm just heat setting it with my Ranger heat tool. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment in the center, also in Versamark, and I'm going to heat emboss that in gold. So I'm going to, again, sprinkle it with the gold embossing powder. And I was a little worried because, you know, sometimes gold doesn't show up on dark cardstock real well. But luckily, this is really dark, so the gold showed up really, really perfectly on this paper. Look at that, just beautiful. Okay, so here's the really fun foiling stuff. All right, so Gina K and Therm have created these background sheets that are printed in designs that she's created. So anything that's black on them, the foil is going to transfer to, because that's like toner. Then you can take, and then there are these beautiful different kinds of foil. So this is the gold sequins fancy foil. There are a bunch of different colors that they have created together that like coordinate with her cardstock and stuff. And so you place the foil pretty side up onto the printed sheet, the sheet you want the foil to transfer to. And then I'm adding a piece of cardstock as like a shim. And then I'm running it through my MINC machine inside the little folder that came with the MINC machine. Now my MINC is set on 3, and I've had this heating up for maybe 5 minutes. That's about all I find I need with the MINC machine. I did speed this up quite a bit, so this is about 4 times quicker than it normally would be. So obviously it takes quite a bit longer, but look at the transfer there. Oh, sorry, my dog has to bark. The transfer is gorgeous, and look at what you're left with. So you could easily use that on another sheet, and oh, it'd be so pretty. And the transfer is totally perfect, not a mistake anywhere. Completely seamless and gorgeous. All right, so for my card, I have cut 3 of the small little poinsettias out of the poinsettia die from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And then I have trimmed down my greeting, my embossed greeting with the stitched ovals die set from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And then I'm going to take an A2 size piece of edible eggplant cardstock and adhere that down to the front of a top folding A2 sized white card base. And then I've trimmed the foil piece down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to just adhere that right in the center. And then this is a piece of copper metallic paper, also from Gina K Designs, and her metallic paper is beautiful if you have not tried it. And so I'm just adhering that right in the center, and I'm going to trim it off on the sides. It is cut to 1 1/4 inches, which is exactly the width of my greeting on my panel, but that's changeable because you decide, because you can move those, pieces around any way you want. And so I'm just adhering that down in the center. And then you might have noticed previously there were some centers in those other poinsettias. Well, ignore those. I changed my mind on what I did with those. So instead, I am taking my Tonic Nuvo drops. That was Copper Penny. And the next color will be Honey Gold. And then the third color will be Golden Sunset. And I'm basically just putting dots into the center exactly where the die kind of embosses dots. So really easy, super quick. And then I just have to set them aside to dry for, I don't know, like maybe half an hour. It dries pretty fast. Of course, I do live in very dry Colorado, so that might be part of it. But this is probably the most time-consuming part of this whole thing if you were going to assembly line a card like this. But really does not take long. And if you just did a whole bunch at once and then set them to the side to dry, you would have no problems at all. So I wanted to do a little bit of variety on those for some interest. So that's why I did the copper, the gold, and then that golden sunset color is like a goldy copper. So combining them. And now to adhere them onto the card, I am using mini glue dots. So I'm just placing the flower on top of the glue dot and then twisting it a little bit to get it off the roll. And then I'm just adhering it on either side of the greeting for a little festive yet elegant Christmassy touch. And I did, kind of purposely do an unusual color palette of gold and purple with a little bit of copper thrown in there. But I thought, we could mix it up. But you could easily change the color of the foil, the color of the cardstock to be much more traditional or even kookier, like, fuchsia and bright green if you wanted to. But I thought this was a very pretty and quick and easy card project that I thought might inspire you. And look at how pretty that foil is. Hopefully you can tell. It's a little tough to catch it on camera, but it's really iridescent and sparkly and beautiful. And that design is gorgeous too. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment because I like to hear from you. Supplies are linked in the video description and over on my blog. Here are 2 more videos from Christmas projects I have done in this year and last year. So please check those out if you are interested, and you can always follow me on Instagram at blacksheep303. Thank you so much. Hope you have an amazing day.